This will probably be a pretty short stream. I don't have too much to show. Actually, I have a lot to show. There's a lot to show, but I don't have that much to show. How do I get this? There it goes. So, yeah. First, look, I only have one of my cars so far. We'll open this box and then we'll take a look inside. I'm not gonna open any of the packaging yet because I want to wait until the actual boxing. This will be the last car I build because this is gonna be the fanciest one I build. It's cool though. It's so cool. Put this aside here. Ugh. Look at this. Look at this. The MA chassis. What's that mean? We don't know. There's different chassis. They're all so cool. You put the batteries in here, and the motor's like a dual shaft one. It's so cool looking. It's kind of like a gray. And in the body, oh, look at that. It's like a sports car. But it's like translucent purple. And it's got a spoiler. You know it's going to go fast because it has a spoiler. And then you have the wheels. I'm not using these wheels. I bought different wheels. These are kind of like plain wheels. And I'm not using these tires. I don't think these are good tires to use either because they're soft. I think you want harder ones. Then there's this. This holds down the motor and the batteries. This holds down the batteries. These are like these go on here so it doesn't hit the edge of the track. I have fancy ones of those we'll look at. And then here's the part that has all the treasures. So this has your battery terminals, the motor it comes with. We have a better motor. Tube of grease, some screws, axles. I guess you can get like hollow axles. They're really cool. They're really cool. Let's tuck this all back in here nice and neat. I'm so excited. The other two cars I have different chassis, so we can look at different designs. It's got the sticker for the clear purple body. Look at this. Look how cool that is. I notice a lot of glare from my new lighting. I have a ring light around my camera now. It's like completely around. So it lights down here really evenly. But there is a glare issue. That's why I had it sitting on this. Let's talk about this next. This is a tool that's used for putting the wheels on the axles. So you don't bend the axles because it pushes it in nice and straight. Instead of like I've seen people pushing in like this, but you can get like an arc, like you can bend the axle. This is so it goes in nice and straight. I think you can use it to push out parts, maybe. I don't think so though. I'm not super sure. It's got like a key. Yeah, I don't know. I know this will put on tires. It's got some nice, just look at that, it's so cool. I have another tool coming. It's a screwdriver tool. So instead of using the little wrench and a screwdriver, it's like a deep inset socket, so I can shove it down there and screw from both sides. I got that coming too. That's a. There's like measurements down here, and this never reaches them, so I don't know what this all means. And I think this can come off by removing those screws. But to what end? To what end? Now we go to the bucket. The bucket of many parts. First up, we have some new wheels. These are not the wheels I'm using in that car. These wheels are for a different car that I have coming. They're copper, and they got mini 4-wheel drive sports racing. I think these are soft tires, actually, so these probably aren't the best tires to use on that car. But I also don't know what I'm doing, and I don't have any track to try these on. So it's all kind of me doing whatever I want to do. The rule of cool, as I would say. So here's putting on the tires. Don't shove it all the way through with a unstable. See, when you put it on one side, and then when you put it, you kind of got the chassis to keep the thing straight. These are from 2017. They're made in the Philippines. This is so cool. Can you read this? Look at this. It's easy getting it together. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, so it's going to be all rule of cool. The coolest looking things. So we have some high grade round hole ball bearings. So actually, let's get the chassis back, because I can explain some of these parts with the chassis. So you'll see here, these little holes, that's where the axle goes through, and it interfaces with the gears and stuff like that so it can move. And it comes with little plastic parts. It's made out of POM, P-O-M. I'm familiar with that material because the stems from a mechanical keyboard are also made of POM. But it's really slippery. But instead of using the plastic in here, you can get bearings that go in there instead. And it gives you better speed and durability. So that's what I have these for. Next up, we have a motor. This motor is for this car. It's a dual shaft. And it's the Japan Cup Hyperdash Pro 2020. So that sits in the middle. And it's going to go super fast. It's going to look cool. Look, see, this is Japan Cup. It's so cool. It's so cool. We have all sorts of carbon fiber stays. So this is a rear brake stay. It's kind of instructions on how to use it. So this is going to mount on this bottom part, somewhere along here. So you can't really see it, but it mounts down lower. See how these holes here and here line up? And then this sits on the bottom. So I have some sponge. We'll get to that. And you put the sponge on the bottom. And what it does is when it hits a hill, it rubs the track with the sponge, slowing the car down so it doesn't fly as far up the top of the hill. It's to try to keep it under control a bit. It's, see, attached to the separate sold sponge sheet to slow the mini four-wheel drive and prevent it from jumping off the tracks and slopes and lane changes. Because lane changes also are a slope. So those mount on the bottom. That's where you mount the brake, this specific brake. This is going to be for this car. And then these higher ones is where I'm going to mount some other stuff you're going to see. I thought this is all I needed. I had to get more stuff. Here's another. This is a Japan Cup 2018 part. This is a rear setting stay. I think this is for this car. What's the main part? I have lots of parts coming. So if I ever get tracks, I can then modify these cars to try to get them running good on the tracks. So this is going to mount on the back. And there's little numbers. Can you see these numbers? It says 9, 13, 19. No 17 on this one. And that corresponds to different size round things. I'll just grab one. We'll zoom ahead a bit here. Here's some. So like the plastic ones in the case, these are metal ones. These are aluminum. So this mounts them so they can rub against the side of the track to keep it going straight. So this one's for the back. I think this is for this car. I'm not super sure, but it might be for this car. Set that. This is not super organized in here, so I don't know what we're going to see. Here's another bearings. These are fluorine coated steel bearings. So I think one of these is better than the other. I think they're both for replace the shaft. Fluorine smoother. Replace the standard hole ball rings. I'm pretty sure these are both similar things. They're for drive shafts. I don't think they're for gear shafts. I do have some coming for gear shafts, but I think these are like effectively the same thing. See, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, that's the problem. Anyways, one of these is for this car. One of these is for the other car that's coming. And if they're for the gears, I have for this chassis the gear ones. So I don't think these are gear ones. And if these are for gears, I can put them in. It'll all work out. We'll learn together. Screw set. So I got extra screws. Some more extra screws. And these also have some spacers in them for separating your parts a bit. So this is one of my many. This is for the other car. This is for what is it? It's the it's a fancy. Actually, let me look it up. It's so cool. I can't wait for it to arrive. It's the Neo VQS Advance Pack. Oh yeah, there it is. Let's look for images. That has a staggeringly low quality image. That is also staggeringly low quality. Low quality. Low quality image it is. But that's just life, you know? That's just life. Sometimes you got low quality images. Image. Delete me, please. Okay. So I remember to delete it so I don't fill my OBS with pointless images that I don't need and won't use. There it is. Look at this thing. So this is the Neo VQS Advanced Pack. So what's cool about this, it comes with a bunch of tune-up parts. So it has but it has plastic rollers, see? So I need these copper-colored metal rollers to replace the plastic ones. We have 2 on the back and 1 on the front. And I'm going to build the Neo VQS pretty stock. So I bought 3 of these to replace the plastic ones with these aluminum ones. It should all work fine. Because I think they have like stays that you can do. I also am going to be replacing one of the front stays with carbon fiber because I have that coming. I think I am. We'll see. We'll see. It's all up for who knows. Also, I have the coating for that. And it's going to be pretty sweet. I sure you want to repeat. Delete me, please. Yes. So these are 19mm aluminum rollers. These don't have rubber on the outside. They're just round. They're smooth on the edge. They're pretty cool. We have some lock nuts. That goes some extra screw bits. We have aluminum roller, also 19mm. This has rubber edging though. Some more stays. So these you can see they have markings for 19 and 13mm. So I don't have a use for these. These are just kind of like extra parts. So like on the Neo VQS, say there isn't any room for the 19mm rollers, I can sub out these carbon fiber pieces for the ones it comes with, so I can make sure I can get these in the right location. Or I can use them on this car or whatever car. Here's a pack of sponges, which I discovered comes with a brake. So this is not just a brake sponge, but a brake sponge set. And it has 1, 2, and 3mm thicknesses. You have to have your car, it has to be a millimeter clearance on the bottom. So you can't use sponges that are too thick. And the thicker your sponge, even if it like gets it close, you might want a little gap. So this also comes with the spacers, another stay for mounting the sponge. So this will screw on to the bottom here. So any of these points, you'll screw it on, and you have spacers so you can get just a little bit lower. And then this is what you attach the sponge to. So this is going to be also extra parts for just building. So we're going to put this here. All right, check these out. These are carbon side stays. So these are for this one. And these are going to attach onto the side of the car. So like they attach on the bottom, so these holes line up. See that? And then this lets me mount here weights. We'll get to the weights in a second. But those are important. So we'll put some more stays here. Oh, no, this is the front. This is just a stay. This is a front stay. So this is going to go in the front. Look at that. So that's going to sit up here and look real cool. It's also carbon fiber. You can see it's got holes for 19, 11 millimeter, 13 millimeter, 19 millimeter rollers. Different circumference rollers have different effects. More 19 millimeter. These are also rubber sized. These are angle adjuster chipset and a wrench, which we won't be using because I bought that screwdriver wrench. So they have 2 and 3 degree angles. So when you mount like these, it'll give the rollers kind of like a tilt down. Or in some sets, like this chassis is designed so when you stick on the rollers, it already gives a degree down. So you could actually like use the chips to adjust it back a little bit. And what that's for, we'll put that with, it's kind of roller related. We'll put it under the rollers. And what that does is it lets you, if the wheels are pointed down, it tends to pull the car down into the track. So instead of like bouncing up, if it starts to travel up and it hits the edge, it's going to be pulled back down because the wheels, the rollers are pointed down. But the problem with that is that causes friction on the side, so it also makes your car go slower. So there's a balance between how much angle you want to keep from flying out of the track versus how much speed you want. Once again, we don't have track to test it on, so I probably won't be using these right now. Those are just going to be for tune-up purposes later on if I get track so I can start like tuning them. Here's another set of rollers. 19 millimeter, also 19 millimeter. So my point is I want like double stacks on the front and back. Maybe I might do single stacks. I haven't decided. Here is a weight set. Now here's an interesting thing. I bought this weight set not knowing what I was doing. And it does fit here. Almost. And it does fit. The spacing is weird. 6x6x14. At the end of the day, so this is designed to sit directly on this. But it's not compatible with my stays. If you look at my stays, the gap between these two holes is too big. So I could use these elsewhere. I might use them on the front. I'm undecided. Like, there's 2 holes there. If those holes line up, I might use it on the front. I think these holes line up, and I might use it on the front. But let's get into what these do, because I have 2 sets of these right now, and I have more coming. So what these do, these are probably going to be the ones that are going to go on my side. So these are going to go on the side. And I'd like to maybe put these on the back then. I'm undecided. I'm very decisive. So what these do is when the car's in the air, so say it hit a jump or it's coming off something, these kind of like move up and like kind of float. And then when the car hits, then these come down. So when the car starts bouncing up, the weights then hit it down again, and it keeps it down on the track. So these are mass dampers. So I got this one. I got this one. At the end of the day, I also have the ability to drill. So I could drill holes, but I'm pretty sure I have more. Another set of dampers coming in, and I might use these for something else, another car, or I might use them on this car. I'm undecided. Then we have our first non-Tamiya set of things. This is just a set of aluminum spacers. They're pink in color. And these are the tires I'm going to use on the purple car. This one. Instead of the, let's get out the ones it comes with. Look at all this cool stuff. Squishy, squishy. They feel about the same, so they're probably the same hardness. And then, but I like these spokes better. And then black tires just look nice. So I'll be using the black tires. So yeah, that's all I have so far. Because I have the screwdriver tool coming. I have some more stays. I do believe I have another set of mass dampers coming. And if I do, I'm going to mount the mass dampers on the back. So this, I think, is for this. Because, yeah, there's lots of close holes on this. So ideally, this gets mounted on the back. And I mount the mass dampers to this. And then here and up front. Is it good? I don't know. Is it going to look cool? Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, these are all the parts I have. A sizable chunk of these parts go into this car. But I'm basically like playing 3 levels of construction. We have the first level, which is going to be a very special, cool looking car. And when that car is going to have just a little bit, I was going to build it stock, but I couldn't. There's just so many cool parts I have to customize. I need it. It would kill me if I didn't customize it a little bit. My life would end. My life would be shortened and I would be sad. So, there's a little bit of customization on that car. But it's going to be pretty standard. And then we're going to do the Neo VQS, which is a much fancier car, but it includes a lot of the parts in the box and how to put them together, with only minor upgrades, like the bearings and these rollers and those replacement wheels are the only changes we're making to the Neo VQS. And then this car, this is going to be like the full custom, let's put all the cool stuff into it. So, I'm pretty darn excited. I'm extremely excited. This is just me looking at all my cool parts. And I've been posting these on Twitter too, so if anyone follows me on Twitter that watches this, they might have already seen these parts, pictures of these parts. But yeah, I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm excited. So hopefully, once that first car we build comes and all its parts come, we'll do a stream where we build that. And then we'll do a stream where we build the Neo VQS, and then we'll do a stream where we build the Abalista. And that will be, and then maybe we'll buy more cars. Maybe in the future we'll do a stock build or something. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm extremely excited. That's it though. So I bet everyone found for, well, thank you for watching.